7 coins to 15x before 2025. Is this possible? I think it is. But let's not kid ourselves here. To 15x any altcoin in this space, and to say so with absolute certainty, is a bit of a joke. Is a little bit of a game, right? None of us are for certain on any multiples being made in this industry, but what we do know is that these coins will be hyper reactive to good news. They've done it before, and based on upcoming events, they'll likely do it again. All right, 7 very strong coins. Let's begin. First of all, I want to say, guys, we're doing a trading competition right now on CoinW. You can buy these coins on a non-KYC exchange. Not just buy them, but trade them and win some PYTH, win some USDT, and only available for the next 12 days. First in, best dressed. The more volume you actually accumulate by trading these, the more free crap you're going to get. Well, I shouldn't say free crap. It's free good stuff. Stable coins and PYTH. All right, with that being said, guys, let's begin. And do not forget, if you find yourself enjoying today's video, hit that like button and subscribe so you, of course, can achieve all of your crypto goals in this bull run. So first up, it's a coin called Wormhole. Now, Wormhole, you might be saying to yourself, it's a 600 mil market cap coin. To 15x, it's going to have to basically be an 8 billion market cap coin. How is that possible? Or a 9 billion, right? Well, 2 very important things have to play out for this to 15x before next year. 1, the coin goes lower. We're expecting a slight retracement to occur in September, so that'll be a good thing for us. And 2 is that the market actually does what it normally does in Q4 of this year, which explodes. It'll feel kind of like October of last year, where we had this massive spike up in every altcoin, 3, 4, 5, 6x. That's what I'm expecting it to feel like, except much more powerful. So that given those 2 things happening, I think a coin like Wormhole can most definitely 15x that. Am I counting on that? No. While the title is 15x altcoins by 2025, I think a majority of these coins have that potential, but most importantly, I think they'll at least 15x in this cycle period, all right? So Wormhole makes it to this list, importantly, because it's an interoperability play. It's a pretty much key cornerstone of crypto. Without coins like this, we don't have interconnection between different blockchain networks. Essentially, it makes this list because it's the primary in and out of the Solana ecosystem, and we know how powerful the Solana ecosystem is. Secondary, in my personal opinion, it kind of builds on that in that its competitors, Layer 0 and Axelar, by the way, pretty much only 2 major competitors, which ain't that much, aren't as powerful as Wormhole, hence why the market cap's like at least 200 mil up than those 2 coins right now, respectfully, because it is the Solana ecosystem project. It is the in and out of a major area of the bull run, which is, again, I think indicative of the reason why it's got so much better stats than both of those coins, like by far. So in my opinion, Wormhole being down 23 cents right now, we saw it pretty much react over here. It went from around about 50 cents to 80 cents, so it went up quite substantially, about 70%, when the market was going down. It was going down at this point, and Wormhole, of course, was gaining. Now, of course, the whole market came down at this point, so you can't sit there and say, well, Kyron, look at the chart, it's down. Well, guys, it launched this year. It launched in April. The market only went down from there, so you can't expect this coin to have done anything but gone down with the market. So please don't get freaked out by the fact that it doesn't look green right now, as every other coin is as well. Next up is a leader in its respective area. So hats off to this project. I'm really excited to see what this coin does. It's Mina Protocol, guys. The leader, the king and queen, matter of fact, it's unisex at this point, of the ZKP narrative. What's ZKP? Zero knowledge proofs. Guys, this entire project, it's a layer 1 blockchain, is entirely built to be 22 kilobytes in size, the size of a single tweet. And it does so because it is pretty much the leader again in the ZKPs, right? Zero knowledge proofs. Without getting into the boring side of things, essentially it's just super lightweight. And only recently, like I'm talking a few days ago, they allowed developers to now build on the network with new tokens. So what this pretty much means is before, Mina was a cool idea, then it became a cool idea that actually works. And now it's a cool idea that works that people can actually use. So you can only imagine what comes next. Huge upside potential. That's why I tweeted about this. Make sure you go ahead and follow me on Twitter, by the way, guys. You get updates days before it comes out here on Twitter. It's only going to help you in the long term, right? Links down below, of course. But either way, like the major competitors here, Monero, Manta, Polygon, like projects that aren't primarily focused in the ZKP area. And yet I think ZKPs will be a massive part of the bull run eventually. Hopefully. I'm expecting anyway, so we'll see what that happens. But I think Mina is a key candidate for this. It reacted a 5x pretty much down here, right? It had some pretty good news. It went from 35 cents up to about $1.70, so that 5x or so. So we know it reacts well. It's come down now to 48 cents. So typical projects move down about 70, 80% here. And so I think the upside potential is humongous. Now, coin number 3 is Aerodrome. We have to have a project in DeFi, guys, because DeFi is going to be such an important part of this bull run. I think you're crazy if you don't own at least one DeFi coin. I personally own a couple, okay? AERO actually being one of them. By the way, this video is not sponsored. I want to point that out before anyone else goes down there thinking that. But Aerodrome is one I personally own. You know, I like many of the coins on this list, of course, because I put my money where my mouth is. Simple as that. And this is actually the major DEX on Base. Base being, of course, layer 2 on Ethereum, built by Coinbase themselves. And this very much reminded me of PancakeSwap in the last cycle. PancakeSwap in blue here, BNB in this orange in color. BNB, of course, being Binance's layer 1 network. So very comparable to Base and AERO in this case. And we saw them do really, really well. And of course, they react very similarly because as the layer 1 pumps, the DEX will always pump with it, of course, because a lot of demand comes through for these projects. And in order for people to buy the small coins on the network, they have to pass through, you guessed it, the bottom infrastructure. In this case, anyone that wants to buy a small cap on Base has to go through Aerodrome, or at least they're kind of forced to, because Aerodrome is pretty much at this point the de facto DEX you want to use on Base. It's got the most coins, it has the most liquidity, which means the least slippage. All the rest of it just goes along with, of course, being a leader in any sort of space. You get the benefit of being the biggest, which means cheaper things, okay? So it definitely makes it to this list. I think that this coin has so much to still prove, and the fact that it's right now at 66 cents, down from its recent highs of about $2.50-ish, again, it's a great discount in my personal opinion. Now, to lump another DeFi coin in this mix, Pendle. Pendle's one I haven't really spoken about too much, but it is a coin I really wish I got into much earlier. And I had the option to. I was just hyper-focused in a different area at the time. Now, Pendle is a DeFi altcoin similar but not quite to AERO. First of all, this thing's mainly on Ethereum. Of course, it has contracts in other networks. I'll show this in a second, and I'll show you how it works. But the surprising thing about Pendle is the market cap right now is only 500 million. And I say only here because if you have a look at the TVL on all the networks, this is a ranking list of every single blockchain network. Across all of it, it's ranked number 11, okay? So it's got $2.7 billion in TVL, yet only a 500 mil market cap. That's pretty good. I mean, there's ones that are better out there, but not too many. So it's very impressive. Again, these guys do DeFi things. What do they actually do? They do yield. Okay, so it allows you to have a fixed yield or a variable yield, as well as liquid staking and a whole bunch of other stuff as well. Actually, matter of fact, if you have a look at the interface, and mind you, I'm not a massive DeFi user myself. I love to buy the DeFi coins. I don't actually use them too often. It's a very comprehensive way to look at things, all right? It's got the liquid restate token, liquid stake token, points, stables, all the rest of it. And again, you have the option over here to do things like fix your APY or be more variable. So have a look at Pendle. I'm honestly serious right now when I say this coin's going to melt faces, right? It really is. Now, I understand if you don't want your face melted. I don't think anyone really does. But if you're into that sort of thing, I've got a better coin for you, and that's Phala. Phala is going to not just melt faces, it'll melt your whole body. Just like an ice cream on a hot summer's day in the middle of the outback, all right? Now, trust me, I've been there, I've done that. It wasn't a very fun day for me. Phala is a 100 mil market cap, and this coin literally does everything. They call themselves the co-processor for blockchains. Now, they specify AI like any good cryptocurrency would, leveraging primarily into the AI niche, but these hit every single narrative, like pretty much every narrative you can think of. Why? Because being a co-processor, the word co-processor itself means you're pretty much taking the key important parts of what makes a blockchain or what makes a project, and says, we'll do those things separately, off-chain, in a secure way, so you guys can get to the more important stuff. Now, best way I can describe this is like your computer, all right? Your computer has your GPU, your CPU, has your RAM, has your storage, has everything separated, and that's what these guys do. They separate that and allow you to pretty much not have to worry about buying everything all in the one, essentially, if that makes sense. So if we scroll down to the homepage over here, I'll be doing a full review on these guys very soon, by the way. These are some of the things they do. And you know, these might seem like very inconspicuous, basic things to a lot of you who don't know much about crypto, but these sort of things are huge. All right, distributed computing, L2 sequencer, Web3 AI, gateway and CDN, account abstraction. I mean, projects primarily focus on this sort of stuff, and they're offering it like a service, like a nice little package on a silver platter saying, hey, you guys can rent it out and use it, and we'll charge you. And that's our product, essentially. And we know it's working because the transactions on the Polkadot network where Phala is based, Phala is like the number one. See this list? Look at this. Phala is like pretty much the number one or number two consistently. This is back in terms of January of this year And Phala's up there. Look at this. It's freaky, right? It's really freaky. So we know it's being used. This thing is a third-party website. So need I say more? I mean, the ecosystem is not amazingly huge, but it's big enough for a project this small, 100 mil market cap. So I actually believe that Phala has a good chance to actually become one of the top AI projects of the bull run. Definitely in terms of the AI agent meme. Okay, these guys focus heavily on AI agents, as you can see over here. Pretty much plug and play AI models, right? Run an agent, kind of like what Fetch does and used to do in the same respect. And you can just, enter it into your blockchain or website or whatever. And it has the complete history and information from all the other AI agents being used in different businesses. And it helps you do things plug and play. Kind of like ChatGPT in a weird way. Plus, these guys are on a whole bunch of blockchains, EVM blockchains, substrate blockchains, and they're expanding to Solana and more, and Cosmos. Some pretty big things on the horizon for this little coin. Now, second to last, let's talk about one that you may have recently heard of, Banana Gun. Now, admittedly, guys, I'm not a big trader myself, particularly someone who involves themselves in AI trading, but this coin has taken the space by storm recently because it has pretty much broken out of, let's just say, the woods, as we are the number one AI trading project. There's been many different AI trading projects, particularly ones that are, market themselves as a Telegram trading bot, but these guys have come out on top by the looks of it, okay? So I think the reason for that is because they started life just as a trading bot with no token. They only somewhat recently created their token, and people realized these guys are legit. This is just a legit AI trading Telegram bot. So they recently burned a whole bunch of their token. They burned about $8.6 million worth of banana. They do this regularly, okay? This is not like the first time doing a burn. And it's kind of good to know that you're in obviously a project that benefits the price going up. They kind of incentivize that rather than trying to scoop up their own bag. So I think the way that these guys launched has been very appealing towards people who are crypto focused. Get away from the centralized guys, get away from the people who are trying to line their own bags, and let's run a decentralized community. And that's what I feel like this is. Makes it to the list for sure, because the way this coin's reacted so far, I think the sky's the limit. And the fact that it has no competitors, that's a big up. Now, this last coin is going to surprise you. I can guarantee if you're an avid viewer, it's going to surprise you. What is it? It's WIF. It's a bloody meme coin. Now, the reason why I've added this to this list, first of all, and I know you're looking at the market cap right now, scratching your head going, Kyron, this coin 15x is going to be unbelievable. Okay, this definitely falls into the category of a likely to 15x in this bull run. I admit that. Okay, criticize me down below for that. But I can't deny the fact that meme coins have been the number one ranked narrative out of all the crypto narratives, not by a little bit, by a stretch, by an order of about 4 magnitudes. Well, 4x, not 4 magnitudes. It's incredible. So you can't deny that there's a lot of money flowing around meme coins, and will continue to flow into meme coins because it's the easiest thing for people to get their head around initially in the space. So WIF, pretty simply, guys, it's a dog with a hat. I mean, that's literally all I can say about this coin. It's a dog with a hat. It's cute. It's probably cuddly. I don't know. I don't have a dog, but I'm assuming it looks pretty cuddly. And the fact of the matter is, if this coin goes to the same size as Shiba the last cycle, you'll be at a 24x. Now, if it went to the same size as Doge, it's about a 50x. So it's double that, basically, right? Now, I'm not going to say that for certain, but what I can say is WIF is likely one of the, I would say, top and most interested meme coins in the market. So to compare it with Shiba, probably, again, one of the most, if not the most, sort of zero to hero meme coins of the last cycle, I think that this coin could definitely go to that market cap-ish. Even if it doesn't, even if it goes to about a half or 3/4, there's some good multiples to be made even from this point in time, okay? Again, given we fall down more in September, obviously we have more room to still grow, because a lot of us are now expecting the bull run to be, again, around 12 months to 15 months from here. At least I would hope to think that happens. The longer, the better. The more mature the market, the more money we make. That's what I firmly believe. So with these 7 coins, okay, for the market to actually, allow them to go to 15x before December, of course, guys, even if I have to pick the micro cap for all these coins, there's going to have to be a series of macro events to play out correctly here. And I believe these coins are really well positioned to absorb that sort of demand if we do have that sudden surge. They're unique enough, and I think they're powerful enough to do that. Thank you all for watching. I'll talk to you all very soon. Take good care. Bye now.